Your customers will tell you by the way they work and play, in the services they demand, by the way they use your network. An entire generation is on the eve of a new day in broadband telecommunication, and they're counting on you to provision communication faster, easier, more intelligently than ever before. That's where we come in. We are Verilink. Verilink, the broadband access company. At the access network edge, Verilink products are enabling a new generation of communication services, facilitating the migration to the future, a future based on packet networking. So how is the packet voice transition changing the landscape for carriers and service providers? Heavy readings, Scott Clavena.
So it's the access network now that matters. It's the access network that will differentiate service providers to the end customer. And so while they make this transition from copper to optical, from TDM to Ethernet, the customer now is ready for a variety of new services.
Around the world, bandwidth-hungry consumers want access to next-gen converged services, and it's Verilink that's allowing them to connect with voice over IP, voice over DSL, optical Ethernet, and wireless.
Verilink has a variety of solutions that dovetail with all of those technologies and those transitions well. The access is the focus right now. The access is the key among service providers, how they differentiate, how they present themselves to customers. And Verilink's broad product range, I think, is actually an asset here, rather than having just a single product to bring to market and live or die by the success of that one platform.
The rapid growth of subscribers by technology is impressive, with DSL leading the way. Worldwide Ethernet service revenues to double in 1 year and jump 276% from 2005 to 2009. And in North America alone, total voice over IP service revenue is projected to grow to $19.9 billion by the year 2009.
There is a tremendous amount of activity taking place in the broadband access market today, and this is on a worldwide basis. Applications for voice over IP are finally a reality, commercial, reliable services to enterprise and residential customers. DSL and flavors of DSL are now being rolled out on a wide scale, and optical Ethernet and high-speed fiber services are finally taking off.
With Verilink Access products, the opportunity to migrate to the future network is here today. We're your broadband access solutions partner, enabling a smooth migration to next-generation services. This is Lee Belden. He co-founded and has guided Verilink since 1982 to tackle the last-mile problem. With his leadership and vision, he has built a top team. Tim Anderson, Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. Wayne Shackelford, Vice President Worldwide Sales, and Saab Ghosal, Vice President of Marketing, are among the leaders who bring a vast amount of experience to the Verilink brand.
In the last 4 years, we've acquired 2 product lines, 2 companies, and are very pleased with our award-winning next-generation access solutions that have been coming to the marketplace over the last year.
So how does Verilink partner with carriers to help them migrate to tomorrow's converged access networks? We asked DSL.net, a competitive service provider with a regional network from Richmond to Boston, to talk about their deployment of packet voice over DSL.
Less than 10 years ago, broadband became the latest and greatest technology available to us. And at the time, small and medium-sized business customers, which is really the target market for DSL.net, didn't rely on the internet. It was there for convenience, it was interesting for them, but just in a very short period of time, that technology is fundamental in how they work. And now you layer on a service such as voice over IP, which again is really part of DSL.net's fundamental strategy, and people are taking to it. They're excited about it. They're impressed by the fact that they can save money and get everything that they need from one provider.
Verilink came in and understood DSL.net's requirements fully from A to Z. Turning up the service is one thing, but turning it up economically is a different story. We were able to provide a product set and support structure to DSL.net to help them achieve those goals.
One facet of selecting a vendor that was incredibly important to us was interoperability. And we understood that, again, because we had some unique requirements, outside of what we wanted to deploy, just the network itself, it was very important that we were able to work with a vendor that would go through the paces with us, so to speak. We had a couple of different vendors that actually were the voice piece of our network. So Verilink not only had to test with our soft switch, but they had to test with our media server, and it was challenging for everybody involved.
We stuck with it, and we worked with them all the way through the process to get to the endpoint solution, a happy customer.
Verilink's support during the entire process was impressive, especially to me, who has to be very, very concerned about the quality of a vendor. Quality of the product is one thing, but you need to be able to rely on who is supporting you. And every step of the way, every member of what I will refer to as the account team, so not just the salesperson, but the engineer and members of upper management were very interested in what we were doing and how we were doing, and were in constant communication with us. So it was a great relationship as far as the communication that was required when we first started to work with this product.
A happy customer buys a service. The service provider buys my equipment to provide that service. And when all three are happy, everybody makes money.
The commitment and the work that both Verilink and DSL.net have done together has really allowed us to be able to look at aggressive opportunities over the course of the next 2 to 4 to 5 years. We have a product that scales. We have a product that is delivered when we order it. We have a product that's easily configurable that our employees are trained on. Everything that we have learned has all come together, and a scaled rollout will not be a big deal for DSL.net, and it certainly shouldn't be a big deal for Verilink.
Verilink is leading the VoIP revolution with product solutions that allow you to address this emerging market opportunity. Verilink's award-winning 8000 series IAD brings voice over IP to business customers, offering toll-quality voice over the most popular broadband technologies, both DSL and T1E1. The 8000 series IAD is software configurable to provide a smooth migration from TDM and ATM to VoIP without truck rolls. Now, you can respond to the call for VoIP with Verilink. The VSX4000, a new and innovative platform from Verilink, lets you provision VoIP services today while preparing for the triple play services of the future. VSX4000 addresses the challenges of next-generation service deployment, enabling a low-cost build-out of your broadband access network. Compact and scalable, the VSX4000 lets you deliver services to businesses and residential customers economically and profitably. Optical Ethernet is emerging as one of the hottest technologies for delivering high-speed services for high-bandwidth applications. The Orion 7400 multi-service access platform addresses these demands by allowing service providers to leverage their optical resources, both SONET and SDH. Now you can deliver native Ethernet and TDM services from a single platform. The Orion 7400 lets you provision bandwidth in increments of 1.5 megabits per second, all the way up to 155 megs per second. With NetPath 2000, give your business customers the ability to connect and stay connected. Via cellular wireless broadband technology, ensure that your business customers have access to the internet and data services they need to run their business. Secure, high speed, and reliable.
Our worldwide carrier customers choose Verilink based on our 20 years experience, extensive interoperability knowledge of next generation networks, highly differentiated service offerings, and our ability to support them on a global basis.
Voice, data, video. A convergence built with Verilink knowledge and experience. Services and products for customers driving change, driving demand. So run the race to become first, better, or different. Connect with a partner to access the future of broadband. Connect to Verilink, the broadband access company.